This is the We Get Outdoors 6 in 16 interview series where we introduce you to some of the world's leading outdoor adventure gear brands and the brains behind them. Your chance to get a real behind-the-scenes look into what's currently happening in your favorite outdoor brands. So, 6 in 16 questions. Justin, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So, Justin, who are you? And why should we care?
Oh, I don't know why you should care, but my name's Justin. I'm the owner of a company called Firestarters. We make, we're an outdoor company. We make different fire starting tools for camping, hiking, and hunting, and different things like that. I would say that I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been doing business for a long time. I started my first business when I was 15 years old. I got out of the business arena and joined the Marine Corps out of high school, and joined as a military police officer in the Marine Corps. And then while I was an MP, I got selected for Presidential Guard duty. So I was actually a Presidential Guard for President George W. Bush during his first term. And it was amazing. I wouldn't, if I was to go back in my life, I would do it again. But I was anxious to get out and continue to water that entrepreneurial seed that, I planted when I was 15 years old. And I've just continued to build businesses and sell them off once I got bored of them or whatever the case is. And that's led me to where we're at now, so many years later.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for your service. What should our listeners know about Fibre Light's Firestarters?
Yeah, so Fibre Light, like I said, we are an outdoor brand. We make fire starting tools specific to camping, hiking, hunting, and general outdoor survival and outdoor preparedness. We call our product our main fire starter tinder. We refer it to as a natural fire starter because it doesn't have any chemical accelerants in it that makes it extra flammable. Or anything like that. It does not have a shelf life. So it's really as natural as you could get outside of just, finding tinder in the woods. So yeah, we just really focus on putting together a good product and, having all types of different tools to help you start a fire out in the woods and in all conditions.
Wow. So it's like a fire in a can almost.
Yeah, we've got our tinder that is super easy to use and very reliable, and then we also sell accessories like ferrocerium rods and lighters and different things to light it on fire. But yeah, just like a fire in a can.
Love it. I love it. So, what's the thing that sets your business apart from all the competitors out there?
I think that I would probably lean on quality. And, I've never been a big advocate of like bashing the competition or, having humongous campaigns about how my product is better than everybody else's product. Because I don't necessarily feel that way in the exact sense. I think that our product overall is extremely good. Our desire to want to provide just the highest quality product that is unbelievably reliable always. We take it a little bit to the extreme when it comes to quality, and we think about the worst situation that you could possibly be in, and we want to make sure that that's the time that it absolutely will work. If you're out in your backyard lighting a fire, or you're just on a normal camping trip during the day or whatever, and all the conditions are perfect, your car is just right there, you're not in too much danger, we absolutely expect the product to work, and it does. But the thing we most focus on is like those extreme situations, the ones that are life-threatening, where you're freezing to death. We wanted to make sure that our product worked in that situation. for just the everyday person. You don't have to be some bushcrafting genius, that studied, the bush and all these skills your whole life. You could just be an everyday person stuck in a really horrible situation. And then, we want, if you have our product, we want to make sure that it works. And so, we have a small team here, and we just really focus on just putting together the highest quality product that's going to be the most reliable, fire starting product on the market. Fibrelite doesn't, you'll never hear us say that Fibrelite, lights the longest or has the hottest burn or whatever, these other companies might advertise. We just really want to focus on the fact that it's an unbelievably reliable product that just works every time, and you'll be able to get a fire starter with it.
Superb. I love stuff never lets me down and works every time. That's the golden ticket for anything in the outdoors, in my opinion.
Yeah. And the other thing too is, we make the product here in the United States. Me and my business partner, John, most of the time, we're the ones that are making the product. We're packaging the product, putting the labels on the product. It's usually me and John. We do have a small team that comes in and helps us if we have like a large order that we need to fill or whatever the case is. But we are definitely, proud of the fact that it's an American-made product, and we make it right here.
Fantastic. Power to you. That is incredible. I love it. If it's not from China, I'm happy. But don't get me on that, because I'll go into politics in about the next 10 seconds if we're not careful. So let's ask a different question. So what's the big secret thing that won't be a secret in a minute, but you're currently working on and your clients will love?
I'm hesitant to answer this question because we've got some stuff going on right now that's pretty amazing. I'll be pretty brief. There's two things. I'll be pretty brief on one of them, but I'm excited to talk about it because we really haven't talked about it at all ever. We're working on. So I've always felt a little guilty in the fact that we make something that starts fire. Especially because we're here in the Pacific Northwest and fire season is bad. And not that I've ever heard of anybody using our product in a negative way to start a fire or whatever the case is. But I mean, we start fires. And so I've always wanted to offer a way to put fires out. And so, the natural thought is, well, we could contact a fire extinguisher company and sell a fire extinguisher. But then I quickly realized that hardly nobody that goes out into the woods, camping, hiking, hunting takes a fire extinguisher with them. Which actually blows my mind, right? That we've accepted that's just how we all do it. Tell me the last time you went out into the woods to start a campfire and you had a fire extinguisher sitting next to it.
Nope.
The reality is nobody does that, And so then I became obsessed. This has been a 2-year, almost 3-year project. I became obsessed with this idea that we need to have a fire extinguishing tool that we could take out into the woods with us. And so then I began to break down, why don't people take fire extinguishers with them? And the answer is pretty obvious, right? They're too heavy. They're too big. They take up too much room in your pack. Very reasonable, reasons why people don't take them with them out into the woods. And so I decided that if I could solve those problems, then we can develop a product that people will take with them out into the woods that will extinguish a fire if something gets out of control or whatever the case is. And so I invented a portable, packable, reusable fire extinguisher for the outdoors. And we're in third phase of prototyping. COVID really slowed us down with all of that because the manufacturers and the companies we're using to manufacture these different parts and things, because it's something that doesn't exist. And so we're creating things from scratch. And but we're making headway. Like I said, we've got 3 prototypes down. We've done testing. We've figured out what we need to change. And then, we go back into prototyping, make those changes, test it again. And so we're making progress. So that's one of the things.
Wow.
And then the other thing, we have a sister company to Fibre that has come to fruition. It wasn't anything we ever planned on, but COVID had kind of pushed us down this route as well. Long story, but we have an apparel brand, like I said, a sister company to Fibre. It's called Amber Shirt Co. We'll probably be launching Amber Shirt Co. by the middle of next month. Again, I haven't talked about this publicly at all either. But Amber Shirt Co. is going to be awesome. So that's coming. And then because we're now printing apparel, we ended up basically building our own print shop. So we have a third company called Production House Printing that is launching by the middle of next month as well. And it's really awesome. We've got some big time investors in the project with us, and we're not cutting any corners. All of our equipment is the best equipment you could possibly buy for this type of stuff. And so we've just been unbelievably busy the last part of last year and the beginning part of this year, just getting all that stuff squared away. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
Wow. Thank you for sharing 3 pretty profound secrets and a light fire extinguisher you can take in your backpack with you. I am absolutely intrigued by the idea of that.
Yeah.
That's I reckon there's more uses than just the outdoors and people who love bushcraft or whatever for that. I reckon there's loads of other uses for a light fire extinguisher.
Yeah, we've got a lot of ideas, and that it's going to be amazing once we finally get this thing launched.
Yeah, I mean, you could give them to law enforcement. I bet they stumble across fires the entire time that need putting out, like a garbage bin or something like that.
Yeah. There's so many. Yeah, we feel like we've thought of a lot of ideas on how it could be used, but we also feel like there's so many other uses that we haven't even begun to explore yet. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be awesome.
Wow. Welcome to the adventure of business. That's what I always say to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you mentioned COVID and all those things, but what do you believe the future of the outdoors and the outdoor industry looks like?
Yeah. I think that it is unbelievably bright. I happen to, as a side, not that I don't have already so many things to do, but I'm very involved with our local economy, and I'm involved with an organization called the Klamath Idea, and we're an economic development organization that focuses on, improving our economy here in our community. And so we talk about this stuff all the time, and tourism is one of the biggest drivers that we're focusing on. And because people have been cooped up in their house for so long, I mean, we're looking at like a year at this point, right? That once we make some headway and we start to get past this thing, like I feel like the outdoors and tourism and travel and all that stuff is going to have a major boom, because people are so anxious to get out of their house and go enjoy, something other than their living room and watching Netflix all day or whatever. So I think the future looks amazing, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a huge amount of fun. I thought the other day, a year ago, if you said you could have a week at home just chilling out, watching Netflix and not worrying about not going anywhere, I'd be like, that's incredible. And then after 52 weeks of like on Groundhog Day I haven't been doing the same thing, but a lot of people have been doing the same thing. Suddenly Netflix and being sat on your couch has really become very unappealing.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. So, Justin, last question. What's your message for all the people that get out in the outdoors?
I'd say, have fun and be safe and respect the outdoors, because they can be relentless at times, right? And never stop learning. you know, even if you're a casual, you know, once or twice a year person, you know, there's always stuff to learn, cool stuff to learn, skills to learn, you know, new ways to do things that you feel like, you know, you've been doing your whole life, but there's other ways to do it or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just get outdoors and have fun and learn. Just never stop learning.
Awesome. I love it. So I want to encourage all of our guests to go and check out, or viewers rather, to go and check out Justin and Fibre Light's Firestarter by visiting all of their social media links and their websites, which are in the description below. Justin, thank you for your time today. And I hope 2021 is epically successful for you and everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.